Okay, we will start. Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Badanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Pashantaye Dorbiryukta Chaturbir Spatikamanimayi Makshamalam Dadhana Haste Naikena Padmam Sitamapi Shukam Pustakam Chaparena भासा कुंदेन्दु शंकर स्फटिक मणि निभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कविता वनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं गोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वाचेति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलम् नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः हरिः ओम्। So, good afternoon to all who have joined online. And before we start Ramayanam today, given the situation in the country, let me start with one Shanti mantra because that is very relevant for us today. Om Badram Karne Vishunuyama Devaha Badram Pashyemakshabiryajatraha Sthirairangai Tuštuvagum Sastanubihi Yashema Devahitam Yadayuho Swasti na Indro Vriddashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspati'r dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Badram Karnebi Shrunuyama. I think we should hear good things. Badram Pashyayama Akshibihi. We should see good things. Sthirairangaihi Tuštuvagam Sastanubihi. With the healthy limbs and the body, we should be able to offer our prayers to the Lords. Yashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Let us ask for that kind of ayu which Devas have. Swastina Indro Vriddashavaha. Let Indra give us Swasti. Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha. Let the sun, who is the knower of the whole world, let him give us Swasti. Swastina Starksho Arishtanemihi. The Garuda give us Swasti. Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Let Brihaspati, the Devaguru, also give us Swasti. So we are meeting after a month I think the last meeting was February last week. And of course, then I had my other Saptaha, and so this has gone to the background. And with all this Corona, finally, we have decided we'll also become online. So Satsanga we can have online. That's how we are starting again. So last time when we stopped the discussion in Ramayana, that was when Sugriva has ordered all the monkey kings to march and come with their army, because Sugriva, after hearing what Rama and Lakshmana said and all that, he immediately ordered all his monkeys to come. And we ended the Sarga last time, if I remember, where it said that 10 power 17, that was the kind of number, I think. The number of monkeys that assembled, there was a number given. So we will start from there and see some more sargas today. First of all, let me just, yes, okay. So 39th sarga of the Kishkinda Kandam. This is a continuation of the last sarga, in the sense there is some more description of the number of monkeys that has arrived. 44 verses in this sarga, and in the first 7 shlokas, Rama does the prashamsa of Sugriva. He praises him for the help he is rendering, and then follows a large number of shlokas, the remaining chapters of the remaining shlokas of the chapter, 37 shlokas, I think. And there is a complete description of the different leaders and how many monkeys came with each of the leaders. So that is the kind of description. So instead of going through all those descriptions, I have put everything in a table just to give you a sense of what is happening. So this is what it is. And there are 22 leaders here. In fact, the 36 shlokas have all these in shloka form. I have quickly brought here. Look at the kind of numbers that are being talked about. Shatabali came with 10,000 crore monkeys. Tara's father, who is Sushena, he came with 10,000 crore monkeys. Ruma's father, who is Sugriva's father-in-law, he came with 1,000 crore monkeys. Kesari, who is Hanuman's father, he came with many thousands of monkeys. Gavaksha came with 1,000 crore monkeys. Dhumra came with 2,000 crore bears. And this Panasa came with 3 crore monkey vanaras. And the shloka says each vanara was as huge as a mountain. And basically, essentially what he is saying is large, larger size among the race, we should say. Neela came with 10 crore. Gavaya came with 5 crore. Dharimukha with 1,000 crore. Mainda and Dvivida, who are the sons of Ashwini Kumar. In fact, all of them are Devas. If you remember, you should go to Balakanda and see. All of them are Devas. They have all come here. That is how it is. Gaja with 3 crores. Jambavan with 10 crores. Rumanvan with 100 crores. Gandamadana seems to be the largest military power. 100,000 crores. And Taraha, Samskrita Bhasha, Tarana, Taraha is a masculine. 5 crore. Indrajanu, 11 crore. Rambaha, 1.1 crore. Durmukha, 2 crore. Hanuman with 1,000 crore. Nala with 100 crore. And Dadimukha with 10 crore. So numbers are all very large. And one is not able to make sense of these numbers. But the fact is, the entire Sarga talks about a large contingent of monkeys have indeed arrived for whatever help is required. That is what 39th Sarga is. 40th Sarga. So there are 70 verses. In the first 9 verses, Sugriva tells Rama, here are all these monkeys have arrived. You please command. We are at your disposal. Please command. Whatever we need to do, please do. But Rama replies, says that it is not appropriate. I cannot command your army. You have to command. So you better give instructions. All that. A couple of shlokas we will see that. Of course, then Sugriva calls Vinata and asks Vinata to take 100,000 monkeys and go in the easterly direction in search of Sita. And in fact, this sarga and the next 4 sargas, that is 40 to 43, very detailed description of the contact, as though somebody has traveled, on a plane, or you have Google Map, so to say. It looks like somebody had a Google Map. Such a elaborate description of what are all there. I'm going to show a little bit of a sample, but it may be a very interesting reading for even somebody who wants to do a serious research in terms of what kind of land that they are talking about. There are nice descriptions, some minute descriptions are there. And also in the sarga, towards the end of the sarga, Sugriva also says, you have to take only a month, and within a month you have to search, and if you don't find Sita, you are going to be punished, something like that. So all those shlokas are there. We'll see a few shlokas which are interesting to see here. Definitely the Ramayana that we are going through is not the kind of Ramayana that we are going to go through in our TV. Those are all dramatic and Ramayana of yesteryears. Of course, we go through something very specific and serious to our understanding. So when Sugriva said to Rama, you please command us, then Rama nicely gave a reply, and it's nice to see this. Look at this shloka. Jnayatam mama vaidehi yadi jivati vanava sacha desho mahaprajnah yasmin vasati ravanaha. Jnayatam mama vaidehi. Look at, he always says my Sita. That's how he says mama vaidehi. That shows how closely he had a sense of closeness with Vaidehi. Mama Vaidehi yadi jivativa nava. You please find out whether my Vaidehi is alive or not. Cha is indicated because Nyayatam. Also no. Know what? Saha deshaha yasmin vasati ravanaha. Mahaprajnaha ravanaha yasmin vasati. Right? Sacha saha deshaha cha jnayatam. Also find out where this Ravana is living. Find out that country also. Find out that piece of land also. So this is all I need, but I don't think I should command. It's inappropriate for me to command. You are the king, so you need to command. That's what he says in the next shloka. Nahamasmin prabhukarye vanareshana lakshmanaha Tvamasya hetu karyasya prabhuscha plavageshwara. He Plavageshwara, Plavaganam Ishwara, those which keep jumping. That's the Plavaga, they're the monkeys. So those, the lord of the monkeys, you are the lord of the monkeys, He Plavageshwara. Na aham asmin karye prabhuhu. I am not the lord. I am not the, this is the problem a lot of people have. Just because some people give them reverence, they think they have to take everything onto their hands and start, thinking they are the ultimate, all that. No, Rama says, no, I am not the Lord. You are the king. I have only sought a help from you. Therefore, asmin karye na prabhuhu. Aham na prabhuhu. Na Lakshmanaha, not even Lakshmana. We can't do all this. Vanara Isha, Hey Vanaresha, Vanaranam Ishaha, Vanaresha. Hey Vanaresha, this is Sambodhana. Hey Vanaresha, Asmin Karye, Na Aham, Na Lakshmana Prabhuhu. Tvam Asya Hetuhu. karyasya asya karyasya hetuhu tvam. You are the one behind this. You are the one who is going to do at the end of the day. I am only seeking your help because I have deserted my kingdom. I have come to the forest. I have nothing with me. Tvam asya karyasya hetuhu prabhuscha. You control. You have the authority. Therefore, you only should command. If I command, it will look inappropriate. In fact, if only Rama commanded, somebody would have commented in the crowd, who is he to command? He better tell Vali, Sugriva. Sugriva is our king. So that is what Rama is saying. I cannot do it. Only you can do it. Please do it. That's what these two shlokas are. We look at a little description of the, there are so many descriptions, very systematically Sugriva goes. Start from here, you cross this mountain, then you will find some other flora. He describes the flora and fauna. Then he says there is an island which you have to cross. Then you will find something in which there is a certain kind of a tree like this. There is so much of description. Just to give you a little sense, I picked up a little bit. Let us look at here. Tasya madhye mahan shweto Rishabho nama parvataha divyagandhai kusumitaihi achitaischa nagairvritaha sarascha rajatair padmaihi jwalatair hema kesaraihi namna sudarshanam nama rajahamse samakulam. So there is a certain description. He has already crossed a few portions of the eastern side. Now he says, Tasya Madhye, in the midst of that ocean, he has described some ocean, and then he says, Tasya Madhye Mahan Rishabha. Shweto Nama Parvataha, Rishabha Nama Parvataha, Shwetaha Parvataha. There is a sort of a white mountain by name Rishabha. And what else you have there? Divya Gandhaihi. Good smell, a nice odor, nice fragrance that emanates from that mountain. And why is it? Because Kusumitaihi Achitaischa Nagair Vritaha. So it emits a very wonderful fragrance because there are a lot of nice flowers which are emitting this nice fragrance. You will see that kind of mountain. Sarascha. Sara is a pond, sort of a water system, small little water is the lake. Sarascha Rajate Padmaihi. In that pond, you will find white lotus. Rajat means silver or white, we can take. Okay, silver lotus. Rajataihi Padmaihi, Jwalitaihi Hema Kesaraihi. With that filament that in the lotus, you have in the middle, you have this nice small little pollens and all that. That is Hema Kesaraihi, nice golden sort of filaments. And that lake is called Sudarshana. Namna Sudarshanam Nama Rajahamsaihi Samakulam. Nice Rajahamsas, royal swans will come to that. So that's a kind of detail. He talks about how the terrain looks like. What will you find in that? In between, you will find these. On the this side, if you go further, you will find these. This kind of very vivid descriptions are there. Little more. Swadu dasyottare deshe yojanani trayodasha jatarupashilo nama mahan kanaka parvataha. Swadu udasya uttare. Swadu is good, tasty. Swadu. Udakam is pana, water. Udasya uttare deshe. After this ocean of pure water, Anantaram, Uttare Deshe, Yojanani Trayodasha. One Yojana is actually 8 miles, roughly. One Yojana is about 8 miles. So, Trayodasha. So, we are talking about 13 into 8, 104. So, if you go 104 miles, that's what he is saying. 13 Yojanas is actually 104 miles. If you go, and Uttare is the north. So if you go from that place, 104 miles or 165 kilometers or 170 kilometers, whatever you want to take. If you go that, so Yeah, so we were in this vivid description of the east. So 104 miles north of that mountain of pure waters, it said there is a golden mountain called Jatarupashila. Ayam Sudarshano Dvipaha Puro Yasya Prakashate Yasmin Tejascha Chakshuscha Sarva Prana Britamapi. Ayam Sudarshanaha Dvipaha Puraha, further or in front of, right? So first he maintains about this Sudarshana Dvipa. Then he says, if you go in front of this island, the sun Yasya Prakashade, where the sun actually illuminates here, Yasmin Tejascha Chakshuscha Sarva Prana Britamapi. This is what gives light and even eyes, meaning we can only see when sun shines. So he is talking about the easternmost point that they can go up to. So he goes up to that. He says this is where the sun, in fact, the next sloka he says, this is where the sun rises. We can't go beyond this. So like that, there is a description. So there is a complete description from where they are in the eastern direction. What are all the things available? What should you look for? There are some rishis there. Don't disturb them. That kind of descriptions are there. I thought I will just give you a little sense of what kind of descriptions are there in this sarga, where this Vinata and some 100,000 monkeys have been asked to go in search of Sita on the eastern terrain. So that's what it is. Let me just pin the video. Okay. The next sarga, which is 41st sarga. Let me just also mute everyone in case somebody. Okay, yeah. 41st sarga is the second team of Angada, Hanuman, Jambavan, Neela. So many people are there. They are all sent towards south. So there are 50 verses in the sarga. And in the first 7 shlokas, Sugriva commands another group consisting of all these people under the leadership of Angada to go south. Then, as usual, there is a vivid description of the southern terrain. In fact, when I read it, there are descriptions of Andhra, there is a descriptions of even Tamraparni, Chola, Kerala, Pandya. Those kinds of descriptions are there. I wonder whether there were some later interpolations or whether at that time itself all these were there. I have no idea. But some specific kingdoms are mentioned only in the southern terrain. So I was wondering, in others, it is only about the terrain. So look at this description, for example. Ayo mukascha gantavyaha parvato dhatu manditaha vichitra shikara shriman chitra pushpita kananaha sachandanavano deshaha margitavyo mahagirihi. But this is the description of some parts of Karnataka actually. Ayo mukascha. There is a lot of mineral, iron ore actually. You know, you have this Kudremukh and all these area, Bellary area. This is where all these are. Ayo mukascha gantavyaha parvato dhatu manditaha. It is full of minerals. It has minerals are there, rich in minerals, particularly iron. That's what he says. And Vichitra Shikaraha, no, the Bellary, all these areas. Good number of Bellary and this Kudremukh, that area. Vichitra Shikaraha, there is a lot of peaks, strange peaks. Shriman Chitra Pushpita Kananaha. It's Shriman. It looks very rich and it looks very, you know, rich actually. Pushpita Kananaha, it is all blossom with the different. It's basically the flora and fauna of Western Ghats actually. Pushpita Kananaha. Sachandana Vana Deshaha. Sandalwood. You know, you have this Tamil Nadu Kerala border. I think maybe that's what it is. Even some parts of Andhra, Tirupati Hills, that side, and so on. Red sandals are also there. So Sachandanavano Deshaha Margitavyaha Mahagirihi. So there is this mountain with sandalwood and all that. Even there you search. So some such descriptions are there about the southern terrain. Dvipastasya pare pare shatayo janamayataha agambyo manushay deepstam margadvam samantataha. Deepaha tasya pare pare shatayojanam ayataha. Shata yojana is 800 miles. So a spread of 800 miles. One yojana is 8 miles. So shatayojanam ayataha. There is this place which is spread, which is beyond. This is an island which is spread in about 800 miles. Today Sri Lanka is not 800 miles because even as early as 50 years back, a part of Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi are all submerged. So I am sure what you see now in Sri Lanka may be a small portion of what it would have been at that time. Shatayojanam could have been possible. So Shatayojanam ayataha agamyo manushaihi deepastam margatvam. It is very difficult for people to reach out that place because it is an island. It's a very vast and it is all those are there. So this he talks about that Lanka actually. So Dvipaha tasya pare. After that ocean, you will find a Dvipa, and in that Dvipa is like this. Generally, it is difficult to go there. Tatra sarvatmana sita. Tatra sarvatmana sita. Margitavya viseshataha. Sahi deshastu vadyasya. Ravanasya duratmanaha. Rakshasha adipater vasaha. Sahasraksha samadhyute. Tatra, in that island, Sarvatmana Sita Margitavya Viseshataha. I think you should put special effort and every one of the Sarvatmana Margitavya. I think every path, every possible place there should be very specially searched. Why? Because Sahi, that Saha Deshaha, tu, he too are all indeed. Sahi deshastu vadyasya ravanasya duratmanaha. That is the land of that fellow who we should kill. Who is that Ravana? Duratmanaha Ravanasya deshaha saha. And the others are adjectives for him. Rakshashadipatehe Vasaha. That is where the Adipati of the Rakshasas, who is now none other than Ravana, who lives. It is his abode. And who is he? Sahasraksha Samadhyuti. See, Dyu, the word Deva has come from Dyu. Dyuti means one who shines. That's why they are called Devas. One who shines are called Devas. One who shines even more, is called Devas. So, Sahasraksha Samadhyutehe. He shines as brilliantly as Sahasraksha, who is Indra. So the point, I have made this several times in Ramayana lecture. Throughout Valmiki Ramayana, whenever there are descriptions of Ravana, the descriptions of Ravana are extraordinary. Ravana is portrayed as somebody who is great. He had greatness, but as I have been telling again and again, he had greatness, he had no goodness. Therefore, that greatness was of no value. So greatness is an element of skill. Greatness is an element of know-how. Greatness is an element of agency. Greatness is an element of our ability to do things. But what we do has nothing to do with greatness. That is called goodness. So Ravana had greatness in full measure. That's why this kind of descriptions are coming. So here Ravana is told, Sahasraksha Samadhyutihi Tasyaha Samadhyutehe. Tasya Samadhyutehe. So he is equal in brilliance like Indra. But of what avail? He is going to be killed very soon. We are just waiting for the Sundarakanda and the Yuddhakanda to happen. Then towards the end of this sarga, there is a special incentive. See, incentive mechanisms are existing even at that time. Only for this group, Sugriva put a special incentive. Why? Because the chances of seeing Sita is very high there. So to make sure they don't miss out, give them some incentive. And what is that incentive? Look at this shloka. Yastu masan nivrtogre drishta siteti vakshyati mattulya vibhavo bhogaihi sukham sa viharishyati. Yaha tu masat nivrittaha agre, before 1 month gets over. Masa nivrittaha agre, before. Yaha tu masat nivrittaha agre drishtva siteti vakshyati. That person who is able to come and before a month and come and tell me that I have seen Sita, right? Mat tulya, equal to me. Mat tulya vibhavaha bhogaihi. Whatever I am enjoying, that much bhoga I will give. That is the price. Sukamsa viharishyati. That person, I will endow him with the kind of wealth and bhoga that I am enjoying now. So that is the price money he has put on the table, and that he did only for the southern troops, because probably they thought the chances of seeing Sita Mata is very high only by the southern troop. So Matulya Vibhavaha Bhogaihi Sukamsa Saha Viharishyati. So that's also there. So the idea of giving incentives is not new. Motivation literature is there, Ramayana itself. So we can quote this for how one can motivate people. 42nd Sarga, 58 verses in this Sarga, and another troop under the leadership of Sushena. Sushena is Tara's, Vali's father-in-law. So verses 1 to 5, Sushena and a group of 200,000 monkeys were sent to western direction. They were asked to, go towards the western direction. Again, as usual, a very good description of the western terrain. I'm not going to get into it. Just south and east, I gave you a little idea just to tell you. But it is an interesting reading. If any of you are interested, you can always go and read those. What level of detailing, what kind of, terrain and all that is very nicely explained. So the 53 shlokas talk about the western terrain. The next Sarga, 43rd Sarga, is the last troop, which is Shatabali and a troop of monkeys. They were asked to go to the northern direction. And again, Sugriva gives a very vivid description of the northern terrain. Actually, when I was reading some of those shlokas of all these terrains and descriptions, there is a sense that there is a good sense of astronomy also is there, because they are able to talk about a few things. For example, in the eastern terrain, it talks about the rising of the sun and how it happens and so on. In the northern terrain, it talks about some of the stars, if I remember. So there is a good sense of astronomy Indians always had. So that we are able to see in many of these descriptions also. So that is what is happening. So there is a nice shloka. I thought I should bring that shloka. Artina karya nivrittim akarturapi yascharet tasyasya saphalam janma kim punak purvakarinah. Very nice shloka. We must actually remember this shloka, especially today. So what it is saying? Artinah karya nivrittim kartuhu api yaha charet karya nivrittim akartuhu api yascharet. It's a very nice shloka. See, somebody is in trouble. Arti is one who is in trouble, one who is affected in some ways. The person, one who is affected, karya nivrittim, for him to render help. That's what Sugriva was telling, because this is, see, remember, this is not being told only to the western troop, northern troop, don't think like that. This is the last troop, which means this is the ending instructions. It is the ending statement. It says, Artinaha Karya Nivrittim Akarturapi Yaschare. Somebody did not help me. Akartuhu. Somebody did not help me, but that person is in trouble. Therefore, we must help. Right? Tasya Syat Sapalam Janma. This is our samskara. He says our Janma Sapalya comes when there is an opportunity to help. When somebody is in trouble, when there is an opportunity to help, if we are able to help, Sugriva is saying, Valmiki is saying, Tasya Janma Sapalam Syat. No, this is very important. Please understand today with all this COVID, I'm sure all of us are doing, but I just wanted to contextually make this statement. There are hundreds and thousands of, probably, I think the count is probably 5-6 million, I think. Because in this country, 90% are unorganized labor, of which 20 million are just daily wages. This 21-day lockdown will hit them like a bolt from the blue. It's a very huge number. I do not know how many of you are aware of it. If you take Western countries and India, in Western countries, 80% is organized labor. In India, 80% is unorganized labor. Now, when such national calamity and this kind of huge problems strike us, I do not know how many of you saw on the border of Delhi and Ghaziabad and so on. I mean, heart-wrenching. I know there is a lot of help happening. Please do, Akshay Patra, Vrindavan, Zomato is doing something. Locally, people are doing. There are, Namaste, I think Modi Care, PM Care or something is also there. Please, profusely, as much as you can for these 21 days. Please give. Janmasya Sapalam Syat. Valmiki is telling us. Akarturapi. Then he says, Kim Punaha Purvakarinaha. What to talk of people who have already helped us. In fact, many of these people in some ways have helped us. Please understand. They are the, running parts of the engine. We are the beneficiaries of it in some ways. And, all these, only in this country, today the word Shudra is wrongly understood. It's not like that. I think there is a lot of respect given. In fact, when Ashwamedha Yaga is done, first person to come before the start of the yajna, or if you do, many of these yajnas, the first person to come is the person who does that chariot. He is respected, he has to come, he has to do something, and only then the whole thing will start. So we had a culture of varnas. The varnas are mere occupational classifications, right? But I think if you read some of these texts, looks like there is a lot of respect and dignity of labor, but it looks like in the last 500-600 years, things are a little bit mixed up and so on. Anyway, let all that remain. But I think it is time for us to take this shloka very seriously. I think it's an opportunity for us to help and see God in those things. Not to speak of doctors and health workers. And I mean, I think it's a great yajna happening in this country. We must all pray. In fact, the help need not be just help by way of giving cash. We must. I know there are so many digital payment mechanisms available. My personal request to all of you is please pray 2 times a day and pray for these people. In addition to your own family well-being, please pray intensively for these people, because unless all these people work so well, our security is at stake. Anyway, let's move on. So the 44th Sarga in Kishkinda Kandam is Rama gives his ring to Hanuman. Henceforth, there are short sargas except for 1 or 2. So there are 17 verses. In the first 7 verses, there is a huge praise of the glory of Hanuman by Sugriva. And then Rama gives his ring to Hanuman as mark of identification. There are some nice shlokas I want to share with you in this sarga. There are quite a few shlokas on Hanuman's greatness. I think we must recite it. We must even contemplate. Only Durga and Hanuman and all those embodiments of Parabrahman only can help us from this calamity that we are going through. Na bhumau nantariksheva nambare namaralaye napsuva gati sangam te pashyami haripungava. Na bhumau, not in this bhumi. Na antarikshe, not in the interspace. Nava ambare, not in the sky. Na amarale, not in the, Pitraloka or Devaloka, whatever. Amarale. Na apsu, not on water. He has taken all possible medium. In any of these places, va gatihi sangam te na pashyati, na pashyami. I don't see anybody who can be comparable to your gati is going, gati sangam. Ability to go like you, meaning speed. Hey Haripungava, that is what Sugriva says to Hanuman. Gatir vegascha tejascha lagavam cha mahakape pituste sadrusham vira marutasya mahaujasaha. Gatihi, your movement, vegascha, the speed also, tejascha, your tejas, your brilliance, your presence of mind, lagavam, ease with which you are able to do. The quickness. Lagavam cha mahakape pituhu sadrisham te. Te pituhu sadrisham. Hey Veera, you are like your father. Kesari was like that. You are like your father, who is nothing but Maruta, the wind god. So it's talking about the wind god actually. And Mahojasa, Mahojasa, the great fame, this mighty father, you are the son of, you are Vayuputra. So you are like Vayu. It's actually referring to Vayu. So you are like your father here means Vayuputra. You are the Vayuputra. That is the praise on Hanuman. Tejasavapi te bhutam na samam bhuvi na vidyate tadyata labhyate sita tatvamevo papadaya. Tejasavapi te bhutam na samam bhuvi na vidyate. No, nobody, no living being on this earth can equal to you in tejas. Nobody can equal to you in tejas. Tat yatha labhyate sita tat evam eva upapadaya. You, therefore, you alone can. So you think about how to actually get Sita. You are the only one who is capable of doing. Nobody else is capable of doing. We are talking about Veera Hanuman, the Mahan Purusha. I think we should pray to Hanuman. Maybe we should, Hanuman Chalisa. Many have started telling Hanuman Chalisa. I think we should pray to Hanuman and Durga Mata to protect us from all this. Tvayev Hanuman asti balam buddhi parakramaha desha kala anuvrittischa nayascha naya pandita. Tvayi eva Hanuman asti balam buddhihi parakramaha. There are 5 things told. You alone have a combination of these 5 things. And what are those? First is balam. See, people must be strong enough to do things. You need balam. First balam. Then buddhi. The presence of mind, the dhi must be used properly. Buddhihi. Then parakrama. See, balam, parakrama is something where the physical strength is in unison with the mental strength. Only then parakrama will come. Some people may be, muscle, they look like a mountain of muscle, but they may be inwardly covered, inwardly selfish, inwardly so fearful, bhaya, bhiti, all those. Parakrama comes when there is a unison of the mental strength and the physical strength. Because that leads to great things to be done. So parakramaha. Then that's a third. Then fourth, desha kala anuvrittischa. Depending upon the place and the time, you have to do things properly. So you can't do inappropriate things. You can't, use a rule blindly. You should not bluntly do things. We should look at the desha and kala, and which means the buddhi must be able to reflect, think very well about the emerging situation and act. So he is good in it. That's why desha kala anuvrittischa nayascha. You have a capability to lead. All these are there. You have that knowledge to lead. When leadership you have. Hey Naya Pandita, you are Pandita of these leading people and leading initiatives forward. Therefore, these are some of the great things about Hanuman, which Sugriva is saying to Rama. I mean, in the presence of Rama, he is telling to Hanuman. So after hearing all that, Rama does a very interesting thing. Dadau tasya tata pritaha swanamankopashobhitam anguliyamabhijnanam rajaputriya parantapaha. Tataha pritaha, having heard all these great qualities of Hanuman, tataha pritaha parantapaha tasya dadau, he actually gave. What did he give? Swanama Anka Upashobhitam. There is his name also is written in the ring that he is Rama. Swanama Anka Upashobhitam Anguliyam. He gave that ring with his name, which was really nice ornament, Upashobhitam. That ornament which was adorning his finger, he took that and he gave. And why did he give? Rajaputriyaha abhijnanam, so that she will be able to recognize. That is what this shloka says. Then, anena tvam harisreshta chinnena janakatmaja matsakashat anupraptam anudvignanu pashyati. Anena chinnena, with this sign or indication. Chinna is an indication or some mark. Anena chinnena, he Harisreshta, he Hanuman, Janakatmaja tvam, she Janakasya Atmaja, which is Sita, tvam matsakashat anupraptam, that you have come from me. Matsakashat anupraptam iti. Anudvignan anupashyati. So she will be able to understand that you have come from me. Now I'll tell you, this is a very, very extraordinary idea. I keep, it comes in Sundarakandam also. I keep talking about it. See, today, we are doing a lot of digital payments. We are doing a lot of digital transactions. Now, the fundamental building block of internet, cash, internet financial transaction, is what is called non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means you should not deny. If I sent you 1,000 rupees, and if you denied, then this transaction will never happen. It is a big risk. So there is something called non-repudiation, and that is one. So if I send 1,000 rupees, you cannot deny. I should put a system in place, and if such a system is in place, I'll comfortably start sending money. That is one. Secondly, you should not say I did not receive it. You cannot impersonate. You cannot say no, I did not receive it. So there is a non-repudiation of the person also. Huh? You cannot take 1,000 rupees and say, no, I never received. So these are fundamental building blocks. Now, how do they do that? They do what is called digital signature. I'm talking about non-repudiation of a person now. Now, how do you make sure that somebody cannot disown? So there is something called digital signature. In a digital signature, there is something called public key and a private key. It's very important that, even if you go, if you go to the locker, if you want to put something in the bank or take something out of the bank in the locker, we all have this experience. We go with our key, but there is another key. So they will put their key, they will put your key, and only when you open with both of them, it will open. In fact, the key that you bring is called private key, and the key that they have is called public key. Because that key is common for everyone. So only when this public key and private key are put together, so this is a fundamental. This is what Rama is attempting here. We will see in Sundarakandam how he is doing. I leave this suspense here, but what is happening here is he is making sure that Sita cannot have an iota of doubt that this person has come from Ramasashna. That is what he is doing here very nicely. And it is not mentioned here, but it is mentioned there. He also tells a story that is not mentioned here. Anyway, we'll see it in the Sundarakanda. At the moment here, it is talking only about the ring. But in Sundarakanda, it says he also told a story. So that one is private key and another is public key. That we will see it later. But this is a wonderful idea. How do you make sure that people can be authentic and it is foolproof? That's what Rama is doing by sending this ring through Hanuman. 45th Sarga. So after all these instructions are given to all these troops in the four, directions, the troops of monkeys begin to leave. So therefore, before they leave, there is a final address which Sugriva does, where he says, you have to be very diligent. It's very important for us to help. Within a month, you should do. If you don't come within a month, you will be, under my wrath, and all that kind of instructions and all that timelines are laid down for them. And then the monkeys make a vow that they will do everything possible to locate Sita and Ravana, and all that. They make all those vows and they all leave. So that is what this Sarga is all about. Now the point is, Rama was so perplexed by this geography knowledge of Sugriva. Rama was really surprised. This person is giving so much detail in north, east, west, and south. This was just baffling for Rama. Therefore, in this Sarga is all about him asking. So there are 24 verses. So in the first 10 verses, Rama asked Sugriva, how did you know all these? So much detail you were telling. How did you get to know this? Then Sugriva actually recalls that old story of the fight between Vali and Dundubi. He quickly recollects. The fight happened, and after a year, he closed the. There is a power cut, so you will not see my face. It will come very soon anyway. So he says how he closed the rock, and then Vali came out, and Vali started chasing him. All that story he says. So he says, when Vali was chasing me, I was running in all the four directions, and Vali was chasing me all the time. This is how I got to know all these geography. Then he says, of course, finally only Hanuman advised me, why are you running all over the place? Rishyamukha is where he cannot come. So why don't we go and stay there? But anyway, so it is a slight distraction from the otherwise serious story, where Rama is so curious about his knowledge of geography. And Sugriva says, this is how I got to know. 47th Sarga. The three troops which went to east, north, and the west, they all return. And they return within a month, and they come back and say that they have thoroughly searched everywhere. We are not able to find Sita or Ravana. So it's a short Sarga of 14 shlokas. Just the story just moves, saying all these three people have returned. They could not find Sita. 48th Sarga. 24 verses in the Sarga, in this Sarga also. Again, this is about the one which went on the southern direction. So they go to Vindhyachala, and from there they actually start searching. So they kept on searching. They could not, there is some description of all those. They are not able to find. In between, they encounter a demon, and of course, Angada kills that demon. Then the monkeys are in a fix, not knowing what to do. They just have made enough search. They have on the entire south and India and all that. They have not been able to find. Therefore, they are in a fix, not knowing what to do. All those are described in this sarga. 49th sarga. Actually, the monkeys are all very tired. It's a month of searching very intensely. Nothing is found. The 1 month is almost getting over. So they have this worry of going back is not making sense. So they are very dejected. They are physically tired, mentally defeated. That's the situation. So Angada now encourages the monkeys not to give up, and he gives a little bit of an advice. Maybe a very young person, but still he seems to have a lot of. That's what leadership is all about. He nudges them to carry on with a little more enthusiasm and all that. First 10 shlokas are all that. Then there is this Gandhamana, so who is also sort of reinforces what Angada says. So once again, this monkeys with renewed zeal and so on, they again start searching the entire Vindhya region once again, hoping that they will this time be a little more lucky to find. That's all described in this. So what Angada said, that shloka alone we will see. It's a nice shloka for us to see. Anirvedam cha dakshyam cha manasascha parajayam karya siddhikaran yahuhu tasmadyetat bravimyaham. Anirvedam cha dakshyam cha manasascha aparajayam karya siddhikarani ahuhu. So there are 3 things told here. Again, these are all very important for us in today's situation. I think we must have all these piece of advice for us. Particularly, the most important thing in this is manascha aparajay. Last time we had a short 1 hour, not short, 1 hour session we had. I was talking about how when there is a slightest sort of difficulty that we face, our entire personality, for an average person, the entire personality will be overtaken by manas. Manas is just waiting for such opportunities. It will, slightest something happens, immediately the mind takes over. For us, for example, in the office, we were expecting we'll get a promotion, it got delayed. I mean, it didn't happen today. Today, promotions were announced. In hindsight, 3 months later, probably I would have got the promotion. I'm just taking small little examples. Now, for many of us, for a vast majority of us, that small little thing is enough. Mind will take over. And we get into trouble, we get into misery, we get into depression. So like that, in family circles, something happened. Somebody said something, somebody did not tell me something. All these small fickle things will be opportunity for the mind to just take over. Not to talk of the big task these people are going through. I'm not even going that far. I'm seeing fickle things, small little things simply affect us. Today, as I was telling the other day, just we have a lockdown and all kinds of things. Well, I get, I'm just reading some time back that last 30 days, last 20 days, I think, Indians have drawn cash to the tune of 53,000 crores from the banks. It's just, we get a little, in fact, RBI governor is coming again and again, and he's saying things are safe, don't do panic. In fact, our leaders are saying, local Politicians are saying, don't panic, don't panic. But looks like we are very panicky. We are so worried whether we'll get vegetables. So even in a small community where we can have a great deal of a very regulated way of this thing, first a few people can go and take a lot of vegetables and fruits and go. We exhibit these small kind of things. All these are because manascha parajayam na bhavat. We have to, of all the three, first thing is manascha parajayam. We should not allow the manas to win. We should win. Manascha parajayam bhavitavyam. We should win the mind. Mind should not say, I am unconquered. So that is what he says. They are going through that problem. They are all feeling everything is over. That's it. And then they are in a downward spiral of thoughts. That's why he says, manascha parajayam. I think in today's scheme of things, we have to really focus our mind, and the best way to focus our mind is to pray. Nothing can give us such a cleansing thought to us than praying. And the more we see the TV, I can tell you, please see the minimum just to know what is happening. Don't read all these WhatsApp messages. So many are being shared. Please don't read it. It just disturbs our mind, and it's no way going to tell us anything. Maybe once in the morning, once in the evening, see a little bit of TV. Don't even see beyond that. You should keep your mind in very good condition. Mind should be very pristine, and that's the best thing to do is to 2 times good meditation, prayer, and these 21 days we develop this skill. Whether COVID comes or goes, we can go ahead with these skills that we have. So please do that, is what I want to share at this point in time. So manascha aparajayam, dakshyam, that is that executional excellence. You know, in fact, Hanuman will be in the first sarga of Sundarakandam. After he crosses and goes to the other side of Lanka, there is a beautiful sloka which says that one has Dakshina Murti is because of Dakshyam. The Daksha is capability, executional excellence. So Dakshyam, Anirvedam, the zeal, single pointed focus and the enthusiasm to do. Karya Siddhi Kara Siddhi Karani. These are the ones which will get where we have to go. By just letting our mind go, we will only succumb to it. So that's what Angada is saying. I thought this is very relevant for the current situation also, that I thought I will. The last sarga for the day is in Kishkinda Kandam, is moment Angada and was propping them up, giving them some words of encouragement and so on. They again get up and say, let us try. They do a very intensive search once again. First 12 shlokas talk about it. And then they end up with a cave called Rikshabila. In the Rikshabila cave, it is all complete dark. But and they were dead tired. They didn't know what to do. So what they saw was, as they were just out, and the cave was very frightening. It was pitch dark. So these monkeys were outside. So they were wondering what to do. Then they saw some birds flying out of the Rikshabila, and their wings were wet. So they somehow concluded, at least we'll get some water, because they were dead tired. Because it was pitch dark, what they did was they were holding one hand with one another. They were making this sort of a human chain, and slowly they were moving in. All those descriptions are there. But once they went in, it seems to be a massive cave with its own flora and fauna. Those are all described in great detail in those, nearly about 25 shlokas, 26 shlokas are there, in which what they found inside the cave. Then finally, they encountered an ascetic woman, and Hanuman goes near her and asks her name and asks her about what is this cave and so on. So that is what this sarga is. I'm not taking any shlokas from this, but I thought I will just describe this. I think with this we will close it for the day with the Mangala Shloka. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha gobrahmanebhyo shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam kshobarahito brahmana santu nirbhayah aputra putrinas santu pautrinah adhana sadhana santu jivantu sharadam shatam shrinvan ramayanam bhaktya yappadam padame bhava sayati brahmanastanam brahmana pujyate sada. Harihi Om. So it is Vasanta Navaratri now, leading to Ramanavami. So it is indeed our blessing that we are also able to see a little bit of Ramayana today. I am given to understand that today at 6:30, it's a very large number of priests in Kerala, Tantrikas and priests have decided that they must recite Lalita Sahasranama. And there has been a request which is floating around in many of the WhatsApp. Many of you might have already got it. So such of those who know Lalita Sahasranama, why don't you please recite? Because if hundreds and thousands of us are able to pray to the Devi at the same time, that vibration and that force will move Devi. There will be no doubt about it. So therefore, please recite in your homes. Whoever who know Lalita Sahasranama, please recite between 6:30 and 7. It will take only half an hour even if you say slowly. So you may want to please recite Lalita Sahasranama. Let me see, since we are all sitting at home, let me see, next Wednesday also we can have a 1 hour satsanga. Let me see. It will not be in Ramayana. I will take some other theme, just as we did last Wednesday. If possible, I will have again a satsanga coming Wednesday, maybe between, let's say, 4:30 to 5:30. In which case, I will make an announcement in our group. Thank you and take care. Please pray to Durga Mata and Hanuman on behalf of all of us, for all of us. Thank you and namaste.